The Runaway Elves. Chapter 2. The Hunt. Morning came gently. No horns sounded. No elders roused them. Only the soft warmth of sunlight seeping through the canopy, and the earthy scent of damp moss and fallen leaves. Beneath silver-barked trees, the 4 elves stirred in their makeshift camp, blinking against the new light, wrapped in both sleep and freedom. Enar, stretching. He arches his back, then flexes his fingers as he inspects his bowstring. Is this what it feels like? To wake without duty calling? No morning drills? No lessons waiting? Farron, smiling faintly. He brushes a lock of hair from his eyes. Just the forest's breath and our own. I can't remember the last time I heard nothing but leaves. They sat up and shared a simple breakfast. Crumbs of elven bread, sips of cool stream water drawn from flasks. There was no urgency, only the whisper of the trees and the call of the winding path ahead. Licio, dreamily. She caresses the cover of her grimoire. Do you suppose the mystic mountain is truly mystic? I've read its legends, but what if it's just mist and rock? Nelia, teasing. She plucks a berry from her pack and tastes it. Names mean power. If it's called mystic, some magic must linger there. Or else someone clever wanted to lure dreamers like us. Enar, practical, adjusting his pack. He clicks the buckle on his quiver. Either way, it's off the beaten track, and that's exactly what we want. With spoons tapped at bowls and cloaks shaken free of dew, they packed up camp, tying knots with care, brushing away signs of their stay, just as they'd been taught. Then they set off, the forest path curling before them like a ribbon drawn by a curious elk. The trees grew thicker, the air cooler. Sunlight flickered in golden patches. Ferns brushed their ankles as they passed. Every sound, birdsong, twig snap, distant call of a wood thrush, felt vivid, alive. Farron, after a while, pausing. He crouches to inspect a half-eroded track. If we want supper tonight, someone should think about catching it. Nelia, grinning, brandishing a small knife. Let's make it interesting. Each of us catches our own rabbit. Loser carries the extra water. Licia, confident, flipping open her grimoire. Easy. I've read all about rabbit trails. They favor low light and soft ground. We split up at the fork. One goes left, one right. Enar, considering, nods. I'll take the high side. More vantage. And thus began the hunt. They parted silently, eyes sharp, ears keen, footsteps soft on moss and root. Nelia slipped into a stand of brambles, humming a quiet tune to steady her heart. Licio murmured an incantation to calm rustling leaves into stillness. Farron melted into shadows, tracking subtle disturbances in the undergrowth. Enar climbed a low knoll for sight. But rabbits, it seemed, were neither patient nor biddable. Hours passed. Every hollow seemed empty. Tracks led to bramble walls where swift hares had vanished. Blades of grass thrummed in disappointment. Frustration, unspoken, wove through their thoughts. Enar, calling softly. His voice echoes between trees. I found something. Not rabbits. Look, here. They gathered around a narrow, hidden trail bisecting the main path, deep hoofprints pressed into soft earth. Farron, frowning. Boar tracks, and fresh. Alone? Enar, resolute. I'll follow them downstream. I'll be back before sundown. Just keep camp ready. Nelia, calling after him. Bring back dinner, or at least a good story. They let him go. While he slipped into the trees, the others regrouped to make camp, tired, empty-handed. A quiet doubt settled in. Would they eat tonight? But just as their fire was kindled and hope dimmed, a figure emerged through the undergrowth, mud-splattered, triumphant, dragging behind him a small, proud forest boar. Nelia, laughing, rushes forward. "My hero, you found more than rabbits." Licio, eyes wide, voice bright. "Let's feast! I can't wait to try this!" They butchered and roasted the boar over crackling coals. The meat was smoky, sinewy, none of the tender banquet they'd dreamed of, but savory enough to banish hunger and lift spirits. After the meal, bellies full and smoke curling around their hair, Nelia rummaged in her satchel and produced a small, gleaming instrument. A zistra, elven made, its polished wood black as night, silver thread inlays winding along its belly, strings that shimmered even in the firelight. Farin, surprised, leaning forward. "You brought that? I've been waiting for this moment. Will you play us to sleep?" Nelia, smirking as she tunes. "Since no one else knows how, I will sing you to Sleeman." She strummed the first chord. The sound was light, dancing, like dew caught in a sunbeam. Then she sang, "Under silver leaves and starlit skies, where whispers drift and shadows lie. Hearts unbound by chains of old, journey forth where tales unfold." Her voice wove through the trees, soft as a whisper, clear as moonlight. And so the night wrapped itself around them, gentle, kind. The fire crackled low, laughter eased into contented sighs. One by one, they laid their heads upon folded cloaks and slipped into dreams beneath the vast, listening sky. A new morning dawns, bird calls, wind brushing leaves. But when Farin opened his eyes, Licio was gone. Only her sleeping sheets remained, and in the soft earth, tracks, large, deep. Farin, sharp whisper. "Ogre tracks." Nelia, voice trembling. "An ogre? Here? How?" Enar, kneeling to inspect the prints. "These are fresh and heavy. She couldn't have gone far." Farin, rising, resolve hardening. "We find her. We follow these tracks, together." They extinguished the fire, gathered their packs, and readied their weapons. Arrows were nocked, eyes steeled. The forest held its breath as they stepped beyond the camp's circle, following Licio's trail into the unknown. To be continued. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be up to date with the next episode.